Well, everyone, welcome to another Avengers Fast-Play video. I don't know why I started it like that. I remember now. I wanted to say, well, everyone, it's here. August 14th. Happy National Creamsicle Day. Now, what is a creamsicle? I don't know. I just don't know. What is a creamsicle? The creamsicle is a cocktail made with vodka, cream, orange liquor, milk, and simple syrup. That sounds like a lot to put in there. It is sweet, creamy cocktail that can be served as a shot or a float made with orange soda and cream and ice cream. Well, everybody, it's finally here. August 14th, National Creamsicle Day. Happy holidays to you all. I actually can't drink that for a number of reasons. First of all, I don't drink. I just don't. I never have. That's why I don't know what a creamsicle is. If I did drink, or if I ever did, then I would know exactly what a creamsicle is, I assume. And then the other reason is that it has milk in it, and I'm extremely allergic to milk. Not like lactose intolerant. That's what people always assume. No, I'm allergic. It's crazy. So no creamsicles for me. But I hope this happy, National Creamsicle Day, I hope that you enjoy a creamsicle. It doesn't sound like it would be an alcoholic drink. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. I thought it would, not to sound stupid, but like it sounds like it would be an ice cream, I guess it has ice cream in it, but it sounds like it would be like a popsicle. I know that's obvious, but like, come on. It's just weird. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the video. It's another Fast Play video. So today since we were talking about She-Hulk yesterday, today I wanted to bring up another MCU show that I really liked. Because I haven't really liked... I haven't watched a lot of the MCU shows since for a while now, at least, we'll just say. And part of that is because I used to have a roommate who would watch it with me. She really enjoyed watching the MCU shows, and so I'd watch it with her, and we'd have a good time, blah, blah, blah. And now we moved out, right? So we don't live with her anymore, and so I just stopped watching them because they're not as interesting to watch by yourself. I will watch episodes so I can talk with chat, because I like to talk with y'all about it, but it's a lot of time that I got to dedicate to, like, sitting by myself watching when I'd rather, be playing or reading. So let's go through. WandaVision, I still think, is like one of my favorite MCU projects. I thought it was really, really great. Even if the ending wasn't, as good. It felt like a mini Lost, and I love Lost. And I feel like answering questions in WandaVision, even though it was short, was such a cool adventure to be on with everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody watching it. It was so, so awesome. Then after that was Falcon and Winter Soldier. I liked it a lot. Not as much as WandaVision, but I thought it was really cool. One of the best things about it was making my boy Sam Wilson a main character, but also putting him in two very cool costumes. They still could have done better with the Falcon suit, but so far that is a bit. You get a big A+ star from me on that Falcon costume at the start of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think, well, not the start, the whole show. I think it's so cool. I think he's one of the best Falcons in the show, right? Like, in the MCU at that point. He, with the bottom being his design in Winter Soldier, even though I loved his character in that, I didn't like his design, like, costume-wise, and the peak being, Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever. And then, of course, when he becomes Captain America at the end, that costume is off the hook. It is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Big fan. So I liked that show a lot. And then after that, there was Loki after that, which I always forget Loki, because I'm not a big Loki fan necessarily of the character, but I thought the show was fantastic. Didn't like the ending as well, not for the same reason that I think a lot of people didn't, where they're like, oh no, I don't know who this character is, but I'm upset that they're not, that they didn't cast a different actor. I thought that actor did a great job, in the finale. I just didn't like that Loki, the main character, it felt like he walked into the final episode and didn't do a whole lot. And I felt the show was about him. And to be fair, technically a Loki variant has, some big moments in that final episode. But I just felt, it was a little odd to finish it off. It felt like the show ended in, the second to last episode. But overall, I still really liked Loki. I thought Loki was really good. Some of those episodes were absolutely incredible. And then after that was, I was going to say, I don't know. I have no idea what I was going to say. I was going to say WandaVision again, I think. Guys, stop. Okay, we separated. Oh, I thought I could just send it. I guess I can't. Wait, can somebody else hop in? I think it's only online. I'm making all sorts of mistakes. Then came What If, Marvel What If, and I loved that show. I will say I still haven't finished it though. I still haven't watched the last couple of episodes. I know what happens in them, but I absolutely loved that show. I thought it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and I had a great time watching it. I've said many times that, like, for me as a comic book fan, animation is the best form for superhero stories. I don't think you get, you don't run into the same budgetary problems, and these stories I think are meant to be seen animated. For me, like, I know there's always that reaction with like an MCU show where it's like, oh, I finally got to see, this character come to life. And for me, it's like, I just don't feel that way whenever I watch them. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a cool version of the character, but I don't feel like they've come to life, because to me, the main version is still the comics, right? That's just my favorite. And I think the closest you could get to that reaction is animation. And one of the best moments of the MCU was seeing Captain Carter in that first episode of What If, because what is knocking into that? What? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. It's just, oh, okay. Because I'm like, I know that that's probably making a sound on the microphone, and I need to stop it. Good job, Avengers, for holding down the fort. Seeing Captain Carter in episode 1 jump around through the sky with the shield, that to me is like a Captain America come to life moment. You know what I mean? Chris Evans is awesome. MCU Captain America is a lot of fun, but like, she was so agile and she was so over the top and brutal, and it was like she was dancing through the sky, and I'm like, that is Captain America. Let's go. I really loved the way that she handled the shield in that first episode. And even though I prefer like 2D animation, the CG looked great in What If, and I it was kind of a dream of mine to see Marvel put a lot of money behind another, animated show, because a lot of their, I like what is it? Avengers Assemble, the animated show. I actually like that show more than a lot of people give it credit for. Definitely, I like it more than Ultimate Spider-Man or Agents of Smash. But I still don't love the animation. And I would love to see, like, the way DC does their animated movies for, their studio. I would love to see Marvel take the same amount of care and make more animated stuff behind their characters, even if they're not, related to the MCU at all. And I thought, What If, even though it was MCU, like, it was really, really well done, and it was kind of living up to that dream. You know what I mean? And I loved it. I just thought it was cool. And that's about it, right? Like, I just wanted to say that I loved What If, and I thought it was awesome. I thought, and then in general, then there's the other side of it, which is that I just love What If as a concept. I'm not a big fan of multiverse. When it comes to like comic book tropes that I love, or sci-fi tropes that I love, it's time travel and, most of all, cloning. Cloning is one of my favorite things in all of media. I think cloning is the coolest thing ever. We didn't get to mention this about She-Hulk yesterday, but Tatiana, who is playing Shulkster, was, of course, in the TV show Orphan Black, which is all about clones. And very cool that there's a clone connection to She-Hulk. I thought that was awesome. Because I never got to finish that show, but I also really liked it. But multiverse, just not something that I love. It's not something that I'm a big fan of. I like alternate dimensions more than I like alternate realities. That being said, I'm mostly talking about like crossing over to the multiverse. Exploring other worlds where other things happen is super interesting to me. So like, I like What If when it's just, here are some individual stories separated from each other. And that's what I loved about the original comic series, and you know, the subsequent comic series is, you know, here's an idea, just this simple idea. You know, what if Peter Parker walked left instead of right? And boom, we got a whole story about it. To me, that, I guess it kind of does feel kind of like a time travel story, right? Like it's talking about possibilities, and it's talking about like, let's go back and redo. It's not a time travel, but like, the point being, I like it when it's isolated. The thing I don't like is when they take like, what if this person from this universe went here, and what if they all hung out in the same universe? That stuff I'm not as into, even though obviously it's a big part of comics. So, you know, I have to deal with it anyway. And so I'm a big fan of that original idea and that original comic series. And so seeing that realized for What If, you know, for the MCU was very, very cool, I thought. Show me your vents. So yeah, that's what I have to say about What If. I thought it was really, really good. Again, I didn't finish it, and of course I don't think I need to explain, you know, what might have killed the excitement there, potentially having something to do with a you know, an overarching storyline. But I loved the idea of just visiting these different worlds and seeing what might have happened if we did something different, you know? I thought that was really cool. And then on top of that, to get that really cool idea in animation, it's like, come on, that's so awesome. But I hope we get another animated Avengers show someday. After that, what came after that? I think after that was Hawkeye, right? And I did not like Hawkeye. I like Hawkeye as a character. I do not like MCU Hawkeye that much. And I also was not a big fan of Kate Bishop, MCU Kate Bishop. They just don't feel enough like the characters from the books for me, or the characters that I like. Again, not criticizing it if you enjoy it, not saying that it's bad, just that it's not for me. You know, I just didn't enjoy it. I thought that first episode was a little dull, and I just didn't continue. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it'll pick up, and it's like, well, you know, if it takes that, I feel like I've given it a good chance. You know, if I've watched an episode, I've at least, you know, given it a chance. Not like I'm making stuff up about the show. Like, I watched the first episode, and there are very few exceptions where I'm like obviously if you watch more, you might feel differently about it, but who's to say that isn't just from time investment, right? You're inclined to like something more if you've spent more time with it, right? But I don't know, whatever. I just stopped watching it. I wasn't really into it. I remember watching that with my roommate and just being like, yo, this is not it, Chief. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she disliked it as much as I did. I think she kept watching it after me, but I was like, I was not enjoying that show. I just felt like super bored. You know, the worst thing that a show can do for me is be boring, and for me, that show felt very boring. What event am I missing? After that, we got Moon Knight, which I also did not watch, but I really want to, and I just haven't had the chance to yet. Moon Knight was awesome. I liked Moon Knight. Or wait, what am I saying? I like Moon Knight in general is what I'm trying to say. I love Moon Knight as a character, and I've liked what they've done with him over the years. And so I'm sure they'd be able to do something really interesting in the show itself, but I have not seen it yet, so I can't say whether I like it or not. But I would like to. You know, again, I have nothing against it. I would like to watch Moon Knight. And then the last MCU show after that, unless I'm missing one, which is entirely possible, last MCU show after that was Ms. Marvel, which just came out recently. I watched the first episode of that, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. Again, I disagree with the power changes. I feel like, you know, obviously there's more to the character than just powers. But that being said, you know, again, it's a big part of these characters. Why else would we want to play as them if you just change all of the identifying factors? You know what I mean? It's just a little bizarre. And it's one of the weirdest changes that you can make to a superhero character, I feel, you know? I feel like a character's powers is very integral to who they are in a lot of these, you know, popularity contests, essentially, right? Like, people love Wolverine because of his character, for sure. But they also love his powers. His powers are a big part of why they love him, so it's a little odd. But the show itself was good. I only watched the first episode, though. I don't know if they combined the first episode and the second episode, but I watched it on the day of release. And I liked it. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I definitely would like to go back and watch it, but I just haven't, you know, for whatever reason. And But I like the actress that they got to play the character. And I liked the way that the show was presented. I think they did some really cool visual things. And their storytelling was really fun. You know, it reminded me a lot of like Scott Pilgrim and the way that Edgar Wright puts his movies together. I had a lot of fun with that first episode. All that being said, I didn't get to finish the rest of it. Okay. And then She-Hulk is coming out soon. And, you know, even though I mentioned... Ooh, that was a fun little bug. Did you see that? That was cute. Oh, no. Okay, good. Even though I just said, like, I'm not the best at watching stuff by myself, for She-Hulk, it's an exception. Again, she's an important character to me, so I gotta check it out, right? And I will. Regardless of if I have somebody to watch the show with me, I will be watching it. So I'm excited for She-Hulk. I cannot wait. I think the Marvel shows have been pretty good so far, you know? Who's missing? Aha. There we go. For good measure. Take out the major artifact just in case. And that's what you get. Whoops. Yeah, in general, you know, I mean, I talked about this in the last episode of Fast-Play a little bit. In general, I just don't like the laser focus on the MCU. You know what I mean? I would like more Marvel stories that are either original or that don't... Yeah, that are either original. You know what I mean? I would like to see more original stories from the MCU, from Marvel, or stories that connect to each other and make their own universe. Like, I would love an animated Marvel universe that is its own universe, you know? I think that would be really fun. But I guess I should just go to Hitmonkey and MODOK for that. Huh? Eh? Thinking outside the box. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's Fast Play. I wanted to mention something really quickly. Not sure what I'm going to do for tomorrow's Fast Play. I'm either going to... I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. I'm either going to play Avengers again, or I'm going to watch my beta footage. That's something that I feel like I really want to do. So, that. But the other thing is, after that episode, after tomorrow's Fast Play, I might want to try and do a Back for Blood Fast Play. I like doing the Avengers stuff here, and I thought about doubling up of doing an Avengers Fast Play and a Back for Blood Fast Play, but I was like, you know, the whole point of these is to get out more content, and by putting too much effort into Fast Play by doing like tons of episodes for one day, when I'm already posting daily, it's going to burn me out. So, I might do a Back for Blood Avengers Fast Play. That does not mean that I'm done doing Avengers videos on the channel, on this channel, Raw Carrot Scraps, but I just wanted to let you know in case that wasn't your thing. And if you're not into Back for Blood and you're curious, you know, I recommend checking it out. It's a really fun game. But yeah, just wanted to give you an idea of the plans that I have working on. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please, I always do my outro different here, so I forget it. I have a bunch of different other outros depending on where I, you know, am making content. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is my second channel where I post more raw, unedited videos, and I have a main YouTube channel called Carrot Scraps, where I post my more edited stuff and my more scripted stuff, like reviews and stuff like that. I'm working on a Back for Blood review, and hopefully it'll be out soon. I just have had a lot going on, so I haven't been able to. And as a reminder, I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/carrotscraps. So if you want to watch me play, if you want to watch me play video games live, you can check me out there. So I want to thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Also, have a good creamsicle day. Happy creamsicle day.